Welcome to the Hawaii Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at the same website where you registered. And now I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter from Cal State University, Northridge. Take it away.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Allow me to share my screen with you. So welcome to my presentation. My name is Marisela Solano. I'm the Outreach Counselor at California State University, Northridge. And today we're going to be covering some fun information about our campus. So bear with me. So today we're going to talk about the location, stats and facts, why we're special, student life, housing, academic highlights, costs and scholarships, admissions, important deadlines, and how to stay connected with our upcoming events. So there's a lot of information, but it'll be general overview. If you have any additional questions, I'll share contact information so you could get in touch with us. But California State University Northridge is one of the 23 campuses within the CSU. So we focus on affordability, diversity, hands-on learning. We do focus on job placement and practical skills. So whatever you're learning in the classroom, you're also learning outside of the classroom through student activities, internships, and the like. So where is CSUN located? CSUN is actually located in the greater LA area. It is about 40 minutes or so away from downtown LA. And some fun locations nearby our campus are the Griffith Park, Hollywood, Dodger Stadium, Disneyland. So there's a lot of different attractions that our students are able to go enjoy outside of the campus. Some stats and facts about our campus. So we offer more than 60 majors that you can choose from. Within the bachelor's programs. We are on the larger end of the CSUs with close to 40,000 or so students at the campus. But even though we are a large institution, we still offer a small classroom setting with about 27 or so students in the classroom. So you're getting that individual attention with your professors, being able to develop those relationships, which really sets CSUN apart from other institutions. Our students really like to engage with their professors, and the professors are really passionate about teaching the courses that they're teaching. And in many cases, you're learning from industry professionals. So US News and World Report ranks CSUN 21st among the top public schools. So you're really gonna come and enjoy your student experience at our campus with more than 300 student organizations for you to choose from. There's a lot of different things that you can be involved in, cultural groups, special interest groups. So if you're looking at continuing your student involvement, CSUN is really gonna be a great choice for you to come and join us. Additionally, the Hollywood Reporter named CSUN among the top 25 music and film schools in the world. So, you know, if you're looking at those particular majors, really, this is the school for you to consider. Money Magazine ranked CSUN number 6 among the country's most transformative colleges, and Wall Street Journal named CSUN the number 2 college in the nation for diverse learning. So like I said, we are a very diverse campus in California. And if you're looking to come to California and engage in all of the different attractions within the campus and outside of the campus, definitely consider applying to our campus. And if any of you actually recognize this image, it is an image from the show Sky High. So there's a lot of filming that takes place on our campus, which is also something that is very unique, and it's quite interesting, especially for those of the students who are walking to campus through the classes once that was possible. It was really interesting to just see all the industry professionals filming throughout the campus. Some resources that we do have available for you, like in many other colleges, CSUN wants to make sure that you are successful once you come to our campus. We do have a college and career center for you to take advantage of. We do have a disability resources and educational services and many other services for you. So when you do come to campus, you're continuing your success as a student with us. And this image actually highlights one of our newest buildings on the campus, which is going to be the Student Union. So hopefully once we're able to return, we can actually take advantage of that. This image highlights our Student Recreation Center. And inside of it, you have an indoor track, rock climbing wall. We do have 2 different pools that students get to take advantage of. And this one right here, this image is actually a great highlight of our students, for our students. They actually are able to take naps. 30-minute naps as they're walking to the class or when they're taking exams and they need to relax. Really, you have a spa on campus. So your tuition and fees are really going towards that. So this is another image of the outdoor of that. And then student housing is available for students. So if you're looking to live on campus, definitely consider that. Some of our popular majors include business administration, cinema, television, and arts, deaf studies, and many more options. We do have specific interest programs. So if you are looking at applying into law school or maybe teaching, you do want to consider our campus. We do have specific programs that will help you with that. And then internships, like I said, big part of our institution. Cost of attendance for out-of-state students, typically you're looking at about $32,890 for the academic year, but there's scholarships that can assist you with that. And then if you are interested, our institution does participate in movies. So if you want more information, we do have specific majors that do qualify for that program. Admissions requirements, really, if you're an out-of-state student, we're looking at you being at least at a 3.0 GPA in your A3G courses. And we're not looking at SAT or ACT for this upcoming year. We do have the Cal State Apply where you can actually submit your application. And thank you for your time.
Thank you. Next, we'll be hearing from Creighton University.
Thank you, Anna. Well, welcome everybody. Good afternoon. I'm going to share my screen here with you real quick. Hopefully everybody can see that. My name is Joe Bazuzik, and I am the chair of our admissions committee at Creighton. I started recruiting in Hawaii back in 2007, so it's a place that's really important to me and my family. And then we also have a student here logged on. I'll let Jaden introduce himself. You're muted, Jaden. There you go. Still muted, Jaden.
Hi everyone, sorry. My name is Jaden. I'm from Honolulu, Hawaii. I'm studying health administration and policy on the pre-law track. And I'm here to answer any of the questions you guys may have. Thank you.
Thanks, Jaden. So you can use the Q&A feature here in the Zoom if you want to ask any of us a question. You can specifically address it to Jaden if you wish as well. So Creighton's had a long history and a long connection to the islands. We've enrolled students from Hawaii for now close to 100 years. And we have about 7% of our student body that comes from Hawaii. So this year's freshman class has about 60 students like Jaden in it. So this connection to Hawaii happens for a lot of reasons. And I think for a lot of people, it's because of the background of Creighton, the academic programs we offer, and then just the community that's present on campus. So to get a sense of who we are, some basic facts about Creighton, and in ways that we're unique. We are a private Catholic university run by an order of priests known as the Jesuits. Jesuits have a very big focus on academics as well as a commitment of service to others. So one of our mottos for campus is cura personalis, or care for the person. A lot of our Hawaii families say that's our version of the Aloha spirit. We want to make sure that we take care of you, that we guide you along your way from the first moment you interact with anyone at Creighton. Now we have a mid-sized campus, so we're about 4,000 undergraduates, so roughly 1,000 students in each freshman class. Now with that comes a lot of the benefits of a smaller school with an 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio, every class taught by a professor, no grad assistants or TAs teaching our courses, really great intentional individual advising for students to keep you on a 4-year path to graduation. And that results in a 99% success rate at graduation for our students, kind of post-graduation, getting into the job world or professional school. But with that, with our size, something pretty unique is we have close to 150 different academic programs. No campus in America is as comprehensive as we are that's really even close to our size. And then one of my favorite things is we have all 50 states represented with 80% of our students coming from out of state and 50 different countries around the world. The academic programs we have are listed here. We have our College of Arts and Sciences, our Hyder College of Business, and a direct entry College of Nursing. And then we have our own professional schools in dentistry, law, medicine, pharmacy, occupational therapy, physical therapy, PA, many others. All of our programs give the first preference for admission, some with guaranteed interviews and guaranteed spots for our undergraduates. So it's why Creighton's one of the top schools in the country for professional school placement. And I always encourage students from Hawaii, go ask your pharmacist, your dentist, or your doctor where they went to college. My bet is one of them went to Creighton. So first preference for admission to all these programs, advisors to help you sort out which of these programs might be right for you. Outside the classroom, we offer about 250 different clubs and organizations, which is a little excessive for a campus of our size, but here's pictures of a bunch of things we currently cannot do, but we hope to do soon. We have Greek life, sports clubs. We have our own Quidditch team, so a fake team that plays other universities in Quidditch. Club sports are really popular. Our club volleyball team, club lacrosse, baseball. We also have intramural sports and Division I sports. We're in the Big East. We're defending men's basketball Big East champs, playing from an average of 17,000 fans a game. One of the top 15 women's volleyball programs in the country at the D1 level. Great soccer, great baseball. Also cultural clubs. So some of my favorites are those that bring different cultures to our campus with students coming from all over. I think that's important for our students. Now, we are in Omaha, Nebraska, and the first thing you're thinking when you hear Omaha is probably a bunch of cornfields. You probably think we're a bunch of white people in the middle of a cornfield freezing our butts off in the winter. I like to dispel some of those myths. It was 75 today. It's cool in Hawaii. That was a beautiful fall day here. But Omaha, there's no cornfields, first of all, no cows in our city. We're a city of about 1 million people. So same population as Oahu. So good sized city, but we really want to make sure we recruit students from around the country to our campus. One of the best places for job opportunities, #1 city for paid internships, great food, great music scene, really great sports scene as well. Here are some important dates for you. So coming up over the next month, I'll be doing visits to most high schools in Hawaii. Then our early action deadline is going to take place here on November 1st. We'll do a virtual Hawaii reception with some of our parents, alums, and students to be able to connect you with them on November 8th. Another open house November 15th. And then anytime you want to do a personal individual visit, both virtually, which is right now the best option, we offer those anytime. Now, one thing I didn't mention is how great our Luau on campus is. We have one of the largest luau's in the country. We have about 1,000 people at the luau. I'll give you a quick shot of how poorly we dance on the mainland. So we've had great chefs come to campus, Chef Roy Yamaguchi, and several executive chefs from Hawaii. So that's a great celebration of our culture. If you ever have any questions, feel free to give me a call or shoot me an email. Thanks everybody for your attention. Enjoy the rest of the program.
Thank you. Just a reminder to send in any Q&A questions that you have, and now we'll be hearing from DePaul University.
All right, thanks everyone for joining us today. My name is Annie Mills and I represent DePaul University. I'm based out of California and I'm the contact for all of our students in Hawaii. DePaul is a medium plus size private Catholic institution in the heart of Chicago, Illinois. Medium plus, I know, is a little bit of an unconventional category, but I think it fits us really well. We have 14,500 undergraduates on our campus, and we are in the 3rd largest city in the US. So there's definitely a lot of great resources for our students on campus. But as you can see on the slide here, our primary mission is teaching and service, and that really translates into the undergraduate experience in a really specific way. Your classes at DePaul will be very personal. Our average class size is 22, and 90% of our classes have fewer than 40 students. DePaul was founded in 1898, and we were named for St. Vincent de Paul, who dedicated his life to ending cycles of poverty and social injustice. We are a Catholic school, but just under 40% of our students are Catholic, so that's by no means a requirement. We have students from over 40 different faith and non-faith backgrounds on our campus, and we're really proud of that diversity of belief that we have right in the heart of Chicago. In many other ways, our student population is very diverse and certainly represents the diversity of our global community and of the city of Chicago as well. 40% of our students at DePaul come from out of state. California and Michigan are the most represented after Illinois. 44% of our freshman class are students of color, and 35% of our freshmen are the first in their family to earn a college degree. Our students really engage with this Vincentian aspect and Vincentian background of DePaul, both in and out of the classroom. We prepare our students to think and act with others in mind, using their higher education as a means to engage in cultural, social, religious, and ethical values and service to others. Our students give back to the community in so many different ways, and they identify and act on behalf of voices that are not being represented or heard. Our students split their time between two campuses in the city of Chicago. Our Lincoln Park campus is a much more traditional feel experience with a quad, 11 residence halls, a student center, a big library, kind of all of those trappings of the traditional college experience in a great urban neighborhood. The Lincoln Park campus is where you'd be much more likely to see a student going to class in yoga pants or athletic shorts and a DePaul hoodie. And then a 15-minute ride away on Chicago's public transportation system, which you can see at the bottom of the slide there, the L, is our campus in the heart of the financial district, which we call our Loop campus. Here, students take elevators to class instead of walking across the quad, and you'd be much more likely to see a student, kind of coming from or going to class in a blazer, maybe straight from an internship, job shadowing, or informational interview in the city. The vast majority of our students do take classes on both of our campuses and are really able to appreciate each area for what it can offer and for the different experience that it gives them. Academically, we do have 300 different options split between 8 freshman admitting schools and colleges. The top 8 on this list are those schools that admit freshmen directly, and where you end up taking the vast majority of your classes really depends on where your degree is housed. The top 3 schools, Business Communication and CDM, our College of Computing and Digital Media, are all located on our downtown campus. And then the next 5, from Liberal Arts and Social Sciences down through the School of Music, are located on our campus in Lincoln Park. So again, students definitely take classes in both areas of the city, but where you end up spending the vast majority of your time depends on your degree. Some of our more popular programs are going to be housed in the Driehaus College of Business, management, finance, a brand new bachelor's degree in entrepreneurship. And then we also have a lot of great popular options in our conservatory style programs in music or theater. Almost everything that we offer from those 2 schools is a Bachelor of Fine Arts and requires either an audition, portfolio, or interview, sometimes a mix of all of those things in order to be considered for admission. Science and health focused degrees are very popular at DePaul as well, and we have some accelerated options for students interested in those medical related professions with a partnership we have with Rosalind Franklin, a medical school in the city of Chicago. And then the College of Computing and Digital Media is our fastest growing school at DePaul, and that's thanks to film and television, animation, and game design, some of the most exciting and most sought after programs on our campus. And then if you don't know what you want to do, or maybe you like a great number of things, that's no problem. We're really double major and minor friendly across schools and colleges, and we embrace change. As long as you're in good academic standing, you can change your major at any point in time. We do have a really active and involved student body on campus, everything from intramural clubs, outdoor adventure programs, political, religious organizations, to special interest clubs like the Pizza Club, the Glee Club, or skydiving club called Free Fall DePaul, which I love, but personally would never take part in myself. That's not my cup of tea. Pizza Club for sure. I'm very interested in that. And we do have Division I athletics on our campus. We're in the Big East Conference and our mascot is the Blue Demon. And then of course in the city of Chicago, just generally, we've got a lot of options for our students to take part in and participate and watch theater, music, all of those different types of things. All of our freshmen, to help them get used to the city of Chicago, take a part in a class called the Chicago Quarter, where you explore Chicago through over 100 different topics, whether that's a class on art and public sculpture, or freedom of the press in the city. You get to go all over Chicago and really explore everything. We introduce you to how to use the L, all of our great resources, those types of pieces. And then last piece, I just want to throw out my information. I work with all of our students, again, who live in Hawaii, and I would be happy to set up a time to meet with you individually. So with that, I will stop sharing, and thanks for being here. I look forward to working with you.
Thank you. Next, we'll be hearing from Dallas Baptist University.
Hi guys, my name's Kelsey Whaley. I'm from Dallas Baptist University in Dallas, Texas. So I'm going to share my screen really quick with y'all. Let me see if I can find my presentation real quick. Here we go. Okay, perfect. So I'll go ahead and present this. And awesome. Okay, so like I said, I am in Dallas, Texas, and so I'm just going to get started with telling you guys a little bit about DBU. So we are located about 15 minutes from downtown Dallas, and about 30 minutes from downtown Fort Worth, which is another really great, beautiful city. And we're also very close to Grand Prairie, Arlington, Plano, Frisco, all those kind of larger areas. So there is plenty to do around the area, and it's a really fun place to be. So I'll just give you some kind of fast facts about DBU. We have almost 3,000 undergraduate students on our campus, and about 2,500 of them live on campus. So one of our requirements for scholarships is to live on campus. And so over 90% of our students live on campus all 4 years at DBU. Our average class size is about 12 students. And so that really allows for personal connection and relationship with your professors, no matter what your degree might be. And so I think that really makes an impact in your learning and your education. We have over 50 student-led clubs and organizations on campus, including Greek life and student government. And about 99% of our first-year incoming students did receive financial aid. So that's just a bit of an encouragement to know that most students do receive it. And I know you have to pay for school somehow, so financial aid and scholarships play a big part in that. So I would say our top 5 majors at DBU is number 1, elementary education. So we were voted in the top 1% of the nation for education programs. So if you are wanting to teach or be a coach, do kinesiology and kind of teaching in that way as well, we definitely have a great program for that. Our second would be business. Business is a very popular degree at DBU. Most of our professors have been involved in the business world for many years and are now teachers at DBU. And so they have direct connections with people in the DFW area to get you internships and lots of hands-on experience. The third would be psychology. So we offer an accelerated program at DBU that kind of draws people to this psych major. So instead of getting your psychology degree in 4 years and then a master's in 3 or 4 to become a licensed counselor, we offer all of that in 5 years. And so you will get your bachelor's in psychology and a master's in counseling at the same time. So when you graduate in 5 years, you would be a licensed professional counselor. The fourth would be Christian studies. We have a great Christian studies program. Lots of our professors are former pastors, ministers, and just involved in the ministry in some way, shape, or form. And so that's definitely a popular degree at DBU. And last would be biology, pre-med, pre-nursing, anything in that realm, pre-physical therapy. So we partner with the Baylor School of Nursing in downtown Dallas. And so that's kind of why that's one of our most popular degrees. So you would do 2 years at DBU, get your associates in pre-nursing, and then you would go on to Baylor in downtown Dallas. But you can still live on campus and be involved in DBU because we are only about 15 minutes from downtown. So for on-campus living, we have dorms. We have 2 girls' dorms, 2 guys' dorms, and you are required to live on campus as a freshman. It's really fun. I lived in the dorms. I loved it when I was a student at DBU. And so in the girls and guys dorms as well, we have special living learning communities that you can be a part of to get kind of direct mentorship and discipleship while you're going through your freshman year at DBU. So next we'll talk about student life. We have over 50 student organizations on campus, and we have Greek life as well, which I mentioned earlier. We have 7 sororities and 4 fraternities on campus, but they're not nationally affiliated, so that way they can remain Christ-centered. So it's a very different experience being a part of one of these on campus than if you were at a state school. And we also have intramural sports. So if you really like to play sports, we have just about everything you could think of. We have softball, basketball, volleyball, sand volleyball, spike ball, and tons more. So any student can be a part of that. Our spiritual life on campus is really important to us. And so at DBU, kind of the core and the foundation of who we are and why we do what we do is our faith in the Lord. And so every class is taught from a biblical worldview, and we really take our spiritual life on campus very seriously. So there's a lot of ways that you can be involved in the spiritual life on campus. One of them is the chapel worship team. We have tons of events and different opportunities. We have mission trips and a mentorship program if you do want to be mentored. And then we also have sports. So baseball is our only D1 sport. And then we have all the rest are D2 or club sports. So basic admissions requirements, we are test optional right now, but if you have taken either the ACT, SAT, or CLT, these are kind of the scores we require, and we require a GPA of 2.5 or higher. And so, like I said, just to kind of wrap up, we are test optional. And so if you have not taken any of your tests, you can still be accepted. It takes about 2 weeks for us to reach an admissions decision. And so I encourage you to go ahead and apply. And if you have any questions, feel free to use the chat or reach out to me directly.
Awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Just a reminder again to send all of your Q&A questions in, and now we'll be hearing from Binghamton University.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is David Babb, and I am here representing Binghamton University, University of New York. And I'm joined today by my colleague, and I'll have him introduce himself, and then we'll get started.
Hello, everybody. I'm Craig Broccoli. I'm the Associate Director of Admissions for Binghamton, based in New York City. Prior to my admissions life, though, I studied engineering and business at Binghamton. So I'm happy you're all tuning in today.
All right, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so Binghamton University is one of the 64 colleges and universities in New York State that are considered public schools. So we are a part of the State University of New York. We are located roughly around 3 hours north of New York City, about 40 minutes away from Ithaca, New York, and about an hour south of Syracuse. And we're within a 5-hour radius of all the major cities in the Northeast. Now, Binghamton University is the #1 public university within the state system. There's a ton of things that make Binghamton really stand out, but then there's something else I want to make sure I mention. I've been recruiting in Hawaii for quite some time. I've recruited for Hawaii at my past institutions. And then there's a few things that are just important about where we sit in New York. We actually sit on Onondaga and Oneida land. So if that's important to any of you, that we honor the natives that are on the land that we're from, just know that's something that's important to Binghamton as well. We're about 96% of our faculty members do have their terminal degrees. Now, Binghamton University has 18,000 total students, 14,000 of which are undergrad. We boast over 130 majors across 6 different colleges and schools within the university. Our most popular majors are business administration, nursing, computer science, psychology, engineering. And we have over 450 student-run clubs and organizations on campus, in addition to Greek life, if any of you are interested in that. Now at Binghamton, 45% of our students identify as students of color. And then 30% of our students are from out of state, out of the state of New York, most being from the state of New Jersey and Connecticut. Our average class size is 25, and our faculty to student ratio is 19:1. Now at Binghamton, we have two different application deadlines each year. We have early action and also regular decision. Early action is coming up in a few weeks, and that's November 1st, and regular decision is January 15th. Now, Binghamton is one of the, as I mentioned, the most selective institution in New York State, public institution, where our average and our mid 50% GPAs are listed here on the screen for you, ranging between a 3.7 and a 3.9, and our SAT mid 50% is at 1,300 and 1,450. And for this fall, Binghamton has gone test optional for all of our majors and programs, in addition to the fact that we are also test optional for our merit-based scholarships. Now, we are one of the most affordable options for out-of-state students in the country. Now, our students, as I mentioned, will still be eligible for merit. That's going to be coming from ranging a wide range of from about 3,000 up to about 16 or more. And then students are also eligible for need-based scholarships as well. Now, one of the reasons why students look at a place like Binghamton is because of the type of institution we are. Not only are we a mid-sized institution located upstate New York, we are an institution that really is for any type of student. We offer fantastic research programs. We're a tier 1 research institution. And in your first year, we offer 2 programs for first year students. The first one known as FRI, which is the first year research immersion program. And the other one is another program called SOURCE. And both of these programs are opportunities for first year students to start doing academic research in their first year. And in the SOURCE program, many of our students have the opportunity to actually be published in their first year, which is a great opportunity to know that you can go to a top tier 1 research institution and start doing undergraduate research and be published within your first 2 years as an undergrad. In addition to that, we boast 2 honors colleges at Binghamton, the first of which is our University Scholars Program. And then on top of that, we have another program called the PwC Scholars Program, which is, if any of you know the company PricewaterhouseCoopers, it is a program that is sponsored by that company. It's one of the big 4 accounting firms in the US and also one of the #1 global services firms as well. So if you get into one of our honors programs at Binghamton, they offer a lot of great opportunities for you to do added work and added work and research on top of what you already are going to be doing, including opportunities for you to do study abroad as well, which are tied into those programs. Now, Binghamton being a part of that SUNY system, that larger university public system, we do a lot of things collaboratively with some of the other schools. Now, one of those things would be our study abroad opportunities. We have over 1,000 study abroad programs in all 7 continents. And yes, that does mean it includes Antarctica. And our students are looking at opportunities all over the world for study abroad. And then because we're in the great state of New York, and we're not very far from New York City, a lot of our internships and co-op opportunities for our students do take place in New York City and in Philly and some of the other major cities nearby us. So I'm encouraging students to consider keeping and putting Binghamton on their list of institutions. And once again, as I said, my name is David Babb. I've left this screen up for quite some time so that you could copy down some of the information on it. We are on the Common App, the SUNY app, and also the Coalition application. Thank you for listening to my 6 minutes today, and have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you. Lastly, we'll be hearing from the Illinois Institute of Technology.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. My name is Will, and I'm from the Illinois Institute of Technology, as you heard. And IllinoisTech is located in Chicago, just like DePaul, who you heard from earlier. And we are a STEM-based institution. You can see in the photo here that you've got a great view of downtown from our campus. You've got some nice green space and some trees. So it's definitely a nice Midwest campus. As I mentioned, we are STEM focused. So at IllinoisTech, you're going to find a strong engineering program. You're going to find outstanding computer science, a 5-year professional degree option for architecture, as well as a robust offering of STEM-related programs. So things like business, things like our behavioral health and wellness, or our psychological sciences that blend your traditional humanities fields in together with the strong STEM focus you have at a school like IllinoisTech. We are a small institution with just about 3,000 undergraduate students, and we do have a pretty wide representation of students from all across the US. So you're going to find IIT is a place where you can really find your niche, your set of friends, and really thrive. And that's true for pretty much every student who comes. Some academic standout experiences I want to mention is that every student starts out in their major. At IllinoisTech, we want to help you make sure that you're on the right fit. And one of the best ways to do that is to start out in your courses right away. So there's no pre-engineering or pre-computer science coursework. You're going to start out right in the major. Additionally, you will receive an academic advisor, and that person is a faculty member. So you're going to start to build some of those connections early with the folks who are not only teaching our courses, but also leading research. And that's another thing that you're going to find at IllinoisTech, a strong focus on hands-on learning. We want our students to not only get the basic concepts from the classroom, but really get the opportunity to apply those. So one of the ways we do that is through research. IllinoisTech is definitely a place where you can get your hands dirty in a research lab and really get the experiences there. We have some great connections because of our location in Chicago. We are only about 30 minutes from one of the national research labs, and our professors and our students do work there on a mile-long proton ring facility. We do some really interesting work with basically using it as a high-powered X-ray and working on traumatic brain injuries. In addition to that, our students lead their own research projects. Sydney Kaplan is one of our students who's very sustainable focused, and she's doing work using drones to collect samples from the tops of trees at the Borton Arboretum, which again is located just outside the city, so really close for our students. We also have a program called iPro. It's all about helping you work in small interdisciplinary teams to solve problems. We launched this over 20 years ago, and it's something that we've been developing since. So every student gets at least this one hands-on experience, although we know many of you will take advantage of a lot more. One of the other things we have is the Elevate program, which is all about getting you off campus. We want you to think outside of IllinoisTech and maybe even outside of Chicago and the US. Elevate will help you explore study abroad opportunities, internships, off-campus research, even maybe a co-op if you wanted to take a full semester off. Now, it's not all academics, although it is quite a bit of academics at a school like IllinoisTech, but our students are also pretty involved in clubs and organizations, things like athletics or our esports program. So our students are definitely expanding their reach and expanding their experience outside of the classroom. In terms of clubs and organizations, you've got some cultural clubs, you've got religious organizations, advocacy groups, as well as just shared interest clubs. We, for a long time, have had a coffee club on campus with folks who just love coffee. And so it only takes 7 students to start an organization, and that's how these have all grown, is by that student initiative. In terms of the residential experience, we provide housing all 4 years at IllinoisTech. And as you can see on the screen here, we have some pretty cool residence options for students. This is John and Jean Rowe Village, and it is a residence hall open to first-year students. Now at IllinoisTech, we try to make your application as simple as possible. So we're a Common App school. We're going to ask you for your essays that are part of that Common App, as well as your transcript and letter recommendation. We are test optional this year. And really what we're looking for is, are you a good fit for that program? So if that's math, if that's something like engineering or computer science, we're gonna be looking a lot at your math and your science courses. We are rolling admissions, although we do recommend applying before November 15th, if at all possible. It's gonna give you the best scholarship consideration, but it's not an early action or not early decision, just a priority deadline. Now, when you apply to Illinois Tech, that application is used both for admissions as well as for scholarships, and we are test optional for both. Another thing to know is if you're a senior this year and you are admitted, you will receive at least $25,000 in scholarship support. You still have the opportunity to earn more. Our Henry T. Heald scholarships go all the way up to $30,000. And if you apply before the November 15th deadline, you will be considered for CAMRIS, which is our full tuition scholarship program. In addition to that, you can see some others listed on the bottom half of the page. These are things like Crown, which is an architecture award, as well as our Leadership Academy and our Duchess Wow Leadership Scholars. We're looking for students who are a good fit for these programs, those who've had some exposure to leadership development during their high school years, but really those who want to do that during college. You join an organization and an experience as part of that scholarship program. You can see we also have an esports scholarship. So if you are a gamer or you have friends who are gamers, I would encourage you to tell them to reach out to us. We got some great options for our gaming students. And then last here, I just want to give you a pitch for an upcoming event. Illinois Tech Connect is a night dedicated to connecting you with our alumni and our current students. And we have one coming up on October 27th, just for students from Hawaii and Alaska, but mostly Hawaii, just for you. So thank you so much for joining with us today. And please let me know if you have any questions.
Thank you. So we have a bit of extra time. Please send in your Q&A questions if you have them. And I'd like to invite all of our reps to come back on and just do a quick round of Q&A. I'll just ask if everyone could just share their favorite tradition that takes place on their campus. We can go in the same order you presented in, and everyone can take about 30 seconds to share. You can go ahead.
So I guess I'll start. Marisela Solano, again, California State University, Northridge. And I guess more than a tradition, something that happens at the campus that is really awesome and makes us unique is the filming that takes place. So you get to see a lot of scenes on TV or movies, and you recognize your institution. So that's really, really exciting for our students. I
mentioned mine, Luau. I mean, it feels like you could be at Blaisdell Center and walk out and have that. Jaden, I don't know if there's something you're looking forward to as a freshman on campus in this unique environment, but Luau is definitely mine.
All right. Sorry, at DePaul, I think one of our traditions is actually something that I talked about a little bit in my presentation as well, and that's a Chicago Quarter class. It's just an awesome way for our students to kind of get to engage with the city of Chicago and get to know communities beyond the Loop in Lincoln Park, whether that's through an investigation, again, of art or of jazz or of the Cubs or the marathon. You don't have to run it, you just have to learn about it, all those different types of things. But for many of our students, it ends up being one of their top 5 favorite classes, and we are never upset that that's a class that happened in their freshman year, because it really is an enjoyable and exciting experience.
Hey, my name's Kelsey, again from Dallas Baptist University, and so I think one of our students' favorite traditions on campus, it was one of my own when I was a student at DBU, and that's the Christmas tree lighting. And so we have it at the end of every semester. It's kind of the last big event that we do have, and we have it in our quad outside of our library, and we have a huge tree lighting, a countdown, we have hot chocolate, reindeer, horse-drawn carriages, the whole shebang. Every student comes for it. It's so fun. And I loved it when I was a student. You can make your own ornament and put it on the tree. And then we end the whole night with a big fireworks show. So definitely one of my favorite events on campus, for sure.
And hi again, my name is David Babb from Binghamton. There's a lot of really cool traditions at Binghamton, but the one that I think it probably stands out the most is our spring fling. It's one of the few ways that we get to actually see all 4 seasons in Binghamton. We don't see 4 seasons very often where we are in New York. There's a lot of snow, but it's one of the coolest things that our students get to do. We're all out, and it's the first time. It's like everybody's coming out of their little hobbit holes so that he can be outside from the snow. So that's really cool.
Awesome. And then at Illinois Tech, one of the things that I think is pretty cool, and I mentioned we have a lot of engineers, is our pumpkin launch. So every year, except this year, just because of COVID, our students build giant catapults and trebuchets and actually send pumpkins flying through the sky in different competitions for accuracy or distance, all kinds of stuff. So, very fitting for our school.
All right, well, thank you. I will just direct at least Illinois Tech's attention to the Q&A box because we do have a question directed to you. But thank you everyone for joining us. When you go to close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. This was just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other sessions recordings online at the same website where you registered. So thank you all, everyone. Bye now.